This is the second video about tools that we're going to be using in the class. There's a video prior to this that goes over the syllabus. This one, you should watch it afterwards. Here is what the screen looks like when you finally get into D2L, get to your usual class page. I want to point out this series of links right here, which is going to be pretty important to you. The first one goes over to the Piazza forum. When you click over it, it will ask you to go ahead and make an account. This one actually is going over to the spring one for right now. I'll get it to go over to the fall one before things fire up. If you want to ask a question, head over to the Q&A section. And once it gets there, you'll see a series of folders, questions that have been asked for the class, announcements that are there. Remember, this is supposed to be the main communication line that we have. And so this is how you'll be using the forum. It's pretty sweet in that it has a nice markup for math. The second link that you see goes over to the Wiki. This is this tab right here. When you initially click on it, it'll send you to Wikidot. You have to create an account. Once you get to the account, you have to ask for admission to the EC314 Wiki. This requires about 24 hours notice, so don't think you're going to be doing it right away. Just get started as fast as you can. I let everyone in every single moment, basically, after I wake up. So just give me till the next day to do it. What we have here is an outline. We have the entire class, all the pages that we'll normally march through. Looking at the material are here. And you should be able to spot that these individual pages have text, they have videos that are associated with them. And the idea is to read all the pages as they're linked to and watch all the videos that are there. Within the pages, there's YouTube videos, screencasts. They're commonly under about 10 minutes or so that your mind doesn't wander too much while you're doing it. And they're fairly focused on a single problem. You can also find on here the essential questions. Those are the things which are necessary but not sufficient conditions for certain grades. So, for example, I'm heading down to the bottom part of the outline to the time value of money one. And what you'll see is a description of what goes on there, a note about what's going on in the glossary. You'll see this thing right here that says keys to past essential questions. And what you'll get to is Google Drive. And here you'll have all of the essential questions that we've given for the past couple of years. So, for example, you go to spring 2015, you can see all the examples that we gave during this spring 2015. So you won't be short on examples. And each one of the essential skills hints pages has something like that, a repository of all questions. Each one also has a link that'll say YouTube playlist. And these are some video explanations on how to answer the questions, all put together. They make it so you get some of the what's going on in my head as I'm trying to figure out what the answer to these questions are. So it's talking through the thought process of answering them. It's a good idea to watch these videos a couple of times before you start doing those particular essential questions so you can review and see how they're intended to be taken. Some of the videos, essential skills hints, will have screencasts of how you're supposed to interpret the quizzes. So you've got a couple of backgrounds there. And so you'll find that the wiki is fairly comprehensive. If you wish to rate pages, there should be rating options that are all over the place. So for example, I've got a little rate thing down here. And because I'm logged in, I'm able to increase the rating of the page to give it a +1. And this is how you will get your classmates to rate your answers on the essential questions, not the essential questions, the practice questions for extra credit. Let's see, what else we got? You can also look for, let's see, answer questions. There we go. There we go. Worked problems. There we go. And this will give you a link to all the worked problems that are there off the practice questions that are on D2L. And so here's links to all the ones that still require answers, which will be basically all of them. There's 88 opportunities for extra credit questions to be completed by you guys. And those are all on the wiki too. Heading back here, the next page down is the syllabus. This should open you up to a copy of the syllabus for the term, so you always have record for it. If we make changes on the syllabus, it will be reflected here. Sometimes we may vote some differences. So we'll go ahead and get rid of that. Next item down the list after the syllabus is the link that allows you to schedule a meeting with me. This brings you to this tab right here. And if they're it's 15-minute slots that go from 8 in the morning all the way to 5 o'clock at night. If there are no spots available on that particular week, you can tab over to the next week. And it should fill in if there are some spots still available in those times. If there are spots, you just click it and it's fairly self-explanatory what it is you're supposed to do. Next item down the list is the Hangout for office hours. So you just go ahead and click that. If I was having regular office hours, you'll end up seeing a scene from my office at this point. It's usually like a couch or a whiteboard or something along those lines. And you can ask questions this way during office hours, but at a distance. It's a hybrid course. I figured I should put something like that in there. The link should say stable throughout the entire term. And then finally, the bottom link down at the bottom is this link to the 4th edition table of contents. And this is what allows you to get basically any textbook that has engineering economics in the title, line it up with the topics that are here to make sure that we're all talking about the same thing and that your book matches up fairly well. And it gets you through the full book. So you can see that when I ask you to read, say, section 10.1 through 10.4, you know exactly what it's supposed to be. So that's pretty much the end of the front table, except for this part right here about the calendar. It tells you when things are due. Your first quiz is actually over the syllabus, class rules, how things get graded, that kind of stuff. I commonly will make these things due on Monday morning at 3 a.m. This links up the two classes, so some keys aren't going to be released at different times for the individual classes that are there. I'll make everything due at those times, so there's never any surprises. Please note that you do not have to start them in the 2 hours before it is due. You can do them at any time which is convenient to you before that point. Writing the deadline is not necessarily a good policy. Other highlights in D2L, if you go to the course content tab, you'll see the modules that are here. Some of these modules will be done in under a week. Some of the modules will take 2 or more weeks. There are links to the syllabus, the math placement test that I give you before, the cheat sheet that I told you about for the final exam. There'll be quizzes that are there, as well as telling you what the due dates are, and also, copies of like the syllabus video and other things. If you go to a more traditional module that's there, like the time-valued money one, it gives you 2 sections of text to read as preparation, 1, 2, 3, 4 wiki pages that you should read the material and watch all the videos on. Another set of videos just in case you're having some problems. And then you'll see some quizzes tapped in here. So right now we just have the practice quiz that's there. It's not labeled as a practice quiz, but you'll see other pre or post for the ones that do count. A pre-quiz is currently there, and then later on a post-quiz will be there once I put it up online for you. You will also be able to see your quizzes here under activities and quizzes, and this will show you all the current live quizzes. So all your practice quizzes are all available to you. Your pre-quizzes will eventually be all available to you too, as well as the post-quizzes. And if you want to peek in on your grades, they're right over here. And so you'll have grades for each of the pre-quizzes, grades for each of the post-quizzes. And as I issue the essential questions you'll see a new line for each essential question on those dates. All you need to do is pass one of those once and you're good for that particular category on the essential questions. So that was the quick overview of the tools that we're going to be using in class. If you have any questions, please just go to the Piazza forum link, ask the question, and I will answer as quickly as possible. Thank you very much.